Hello, and today we've got this thing. This is a Fender Modern Player Coronado 2. This vintage is 2015, so next year will be its 10th birthday. It's one of those Fender. It's a bit like the Starcaster. It's a bit of a Fender oddity. It had its roots in the 60s. I think it was 63, I think it was. I'm probably wrong on that, and you'll correct me. Somebody will look it up on Wikipedia and correct me, but I'm doing this off the top of my head. But yeah, it originally, again, this is a Fender's attempt at doing an E335, ES335 from Gibson. It's their attempt at that. And it's a semi-hollow bodied guitar with two pickups, Fidelitron pickups, maple neck, with a rosewood board with pearloid inlays. Some say it's got an alder centre block. It's not totally hollow. It has a centre block running down the middle of it, but you can, there is plenty of space in there for resonance. And it's got this Fender tailpiece here, which is very, very nice. And four bolt neck, three-way switch, twin volumes, and tones. And yeah, this was meant to be, like I said, Fender's attempt to take on Gibson with its range of semi-hollow, semi-acoustic guitars. And it's a bit of an oddity. Well, that's what makes it interesting. And it's one of those Fenders that you should check out. A bit like the Starcaster. Again, the Starcaster came later. That was in the 70s. This was like in the 60s. So yeah. But anyway, in the was it 2013? I think it was. Fender rebooted both the Coronado and the Starcaster with the Modern Player series. I've already done the Starcaster, and when I saw one of these come up, oh God, I can't remember when I got this now. I think it might have been last year on eBay. I managed to beat the fella down to a good sale price. But when it came to me, it was in a bit of a grimy condition. It was rust. There's lots of screws and things in it there that were rusty. So I took those all out and used my Dremel to kind of get rid of the rust and everything, and cleaned it up. And there was a big scratch. There was a big scratch here, but I did my best to buff it out. It's very hard to buff plastic, but I got rid of it. I managed to get rid of it because trying to get a replacement pickguard for one of these is nigh on impossible. So yeah, what to say about it? It's an oddity. It's quite heavy. It's quite heavy. It's quite a heavy guitar, despite being hollow-bodied. it's a hefty girl, and she's a bit of an odd shape. She's a bit, whoops, there goes the chandelier. She's a bit bottom heavy too. This comes in a delightful sunburst, 3-colour sunburst, but there's also a red one and a black one as well, I believe. But yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it because the Fidelitron pickups here. They're almost like something you'd find on a Gretsch. They have a kind of a very light air to them, but then they also can be very kind of very thick as well. They're very responsive. They're again very unusual. They're not your usual humbuckers, and they're not single coils. They're just something else. But like I say, they sound like something you'd find on a Gretsch. And so that's what makes this guitar so unique. It's all over the place. It really is. It's a bit of Gretsch, bit of Gibson, bit of Fender with the neck and the headstock. I mean, you know, classic Fender headstock there. But my only criticism, she's a bit bottom heavy, as you can see. Can you get a good workout? This is probably the heaviest guitar I own. You know, other than like a bass, you know, like a jazz bass I've got. That's a bass. Basses are heavy, but this is. Oh, look at me! Look at me! I'm working out. I'm working. But yeah, she's a bit bottom heavy, and I'm somebody who plays sitting down predominantly. In fact, the last time I stood playing up was back in 2008. It's only because I was living in a shed. It's a long story. I tend to sit down and play. So when she's on my lap, she tends to want to slide off. So I have to kind of wedge her. I have to get her wedged in. But it makes me a bit kind of self-conscious to play because I'm kind of worried she's going to fall off. So, you know, I've kind of got to get her wedged in, and then I'm fairly comfortable. But back in the day, Elvis used to play one of these once. I think it was just once. That's what they always say in the promotional material, that Elvis is someone that played one of these. But yeah, I think they're really good. I think they're really good guitar, very unique. And again, Fender's not known for its semi-acoustic, hollow-bodied electric guitars. Not known at all. Like I said, I can only think of the Coronado and the Starcaster in that range that have those features. And, you know, I think, you know, if you're looking for something unusual, if you're a Fender fan, again, if you're a Gibson fan, you're not going to want to look at this because Gibson are fairly well, and Epiphone are fairly well served. Same with Gretsch. There are many guitars out there like this. But if you want something weird and wonderful, if you're looking for something unusual, then this is the one. Again, it's not. wouldn't say it's got a thick body, but you know, it's just unusual to see this in a Fender, and it does have it has a very distinct and unique sound to it. So I like that, and neck is very on this one. The neck is very nice. But again, theoretically, because it's a bolt-on neck, you could take it off and replace it if you so wish. So that makes it unique, because all these other guitars I've mentioned are all, are glued in, set neck guitars. So I think the Coronado, I have a love-hate relationship with it, in that I like looking at it, and I like it, and I like the sounds it makes, but it just wants to fall off. It just wants to fall off my lap. But I got myself a good bargain with this when I bought it, and I've recorded a couple of things with it, so that kind of makes it successful. And every time I think about selling it, I look at it and go, it's the little guitar that tried. It's like Fender tried with this one. And I also see it as like the older sister to the Starcaster, and I've got one of those as well. And I like it when Fender do weird things. And that's the good thing about Fender, is they're not afraid to take a chance. I didn't do the stats, did I? I did a basic run through. So yeah, this has a maple body with what they reckon is an Alder centre block. That would account for the weight, I believe. It's got a Just-O-Matic bridge, bit like a Gibson, with a floating F the Fender tailpiece there, which connects on the bottom. There's the input around the side there. It's got a C-shaped neck, 21 frets, medium jumbo, fingerboard radius of 9.5 inches, rosewood fingerboard, maple neck, nut width of 42mm, scale length of 25.5 inches, and like I say, it's got twin Fidelitron humbucking pickups, 3-position switch, which bridge, mix, neck, you know that, tone and volume, and yeah, it's got these modern tuners, which I'm not a big fan of. I tend to like the old classic tuners, because you can just feed the string in and unwind. These ones you've got to do, and you got to do the luthiers. It's not a big deal, but I've got so used to, the majority of my guitars have one of those classic tuners where you just feed the string into it. But yeah, I think, again, if you're looking for something weird and wonderful, if you're looking for something with a bit of sustain to it too, because it does sustain, this could be the guitar for you. But again, if you are a sit-down player like I am, she's not as balanced as a Starcaster, because the Starcaster has the offset body. It tends to rest more naturally on the lap, whereas this one wants to just slide off, and that's the only thing that's the downside to it. There was a bass version as well, which I'd love to check out, but if I ever see one and it's going for a bargain, I missed one. I did see one and I missed it. I wouldn't mind trying to get the matching bass version of this, because that could be weird. That sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? So anyway, that's the video. Hopefully I haven't bored you too much, and sorry about the playing, you know. It's not about me, it's about the guitar. I try and do demos that show off what the guitar makes, you know, the noises it can do. Because I'm not a player, I just enjoy guitars, and those of you who follow me, you know that. But if you want, you can check out my music. Hey, it's an advert. You can go to music.darrenlock.com or check me out on any of the streaming platforms. You just search for Darren Lock and my glorious visage, my physiog will turn up. And you can sample my delights of many, many years of music that people have been mainly indifferent to. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter. I'm just having a good time, and hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you do, I'm going to say it. I hate saying it because it's the YouTube thing, and I hate saying the YouTube thing because you're adults. I imagine most of you watching this are adults, and you know what you need to do. You need to click the like button. Ugh. And you need to ring the bell, whatever that is. You need to tickle my bell end, I believe, and subscribe and do all those good things, and give me money as well. Why not? Why not give me money? Because YouTube ain't paying. And if you like these videos, please tell me. Please leave a comment, because it's engagement. And YouTube loves engagement. So if you like the videos and you want to see more of them, please let me know. If you didn't like the video, let me know as well. But be kind. Don't use swears and mention me horrible face and everything. Say, I don't like your videos, but hey, good for trying. I'm never coming back. Be nice about it. You don't have to be mean. You can be nice. We can be friends, can't we? Even if you don't like my guitar playing. Or maybe not. Oh no, that's asking an extreme, isn't it? And maybe I'll do another one. Maybe, but you're also indifferent because the algorithm says, not for you, Mr. Locke, not for you. And that's fine. It's just a bit frustrating when you've been doing this for so long. And no, it's not for you, is it? And you ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Because you've got no friends, Darren, and your life's a failure. And you think by reaching out to people that you'll reach like-minded people that will appreciate you for what you do. And, you know, you should just give up now. You should just give up because they don't care. They're just the same as you, searching, seeking some sort of meaning in this life of ours before we reach the inevitable oblivion of death. And on those wonderful, wonderful words, now I've completely ruined the mood. Pitch you fell. Sorry, I just ramble on. You meant to laugh. You meant to find it funny. You meant to think, God, this guy's he's lost his mind. But yeah, this was about the Coronado, the Fender Coronado 2, which was out 10 years ago. And I think it's just a weird and wonderful Fender thing. Again, if you give me money, I will attempt to fit a Bigsby on this. I need about 200 quid, and I will fit a Bigsby on this, and I'll make a video about it. There you go. What do you think? That'll be fun. Anyway, thank you for watching. There's only one more thing left to say, by now you should know what that is, and that is ta-ta.